When Jeff Nippard told me to bulk for 100 days, I knew I had to take this seriously. This isn't just a regular bulk. This is part of a challenge that could transform my physique. Jeff's app, MacroFactor, is hosting a challenge to see who can transform their body the most. And guess what? I'm in.
I'm giving away $100,000, and you can win it. All you need to do is transform your physique in 100 days.
You're eligible to join until January 10th. So if it's before then and you're not already in it, I suggest you go ahead and sign up. The rules are simple. Log at least 70% of your nutrition through MacroFactor and log your weight at least once a week. Maintain a healthy rate of weight change, which is established as a maximum of 1.5% of body weight or 2 pounds per week, whichever is higher, on average during the contest. I assume most goals are going to be to lose weight, because it's going to show the biggest transformation. But that's not what I'm doing. In 2024, I used MacroFactor to go on a cut and lost about 20 pounds. This definitely transformed my body and put me in what I think to be the best shape of my life. I've made plenty of transformations over the years, but it's always been about losing weight and looking better. But what if I can look better by gaining weight? The goal of the challenge is to help people build sustainable and healthy habits over this 100 days. So it's not just about your physical transformation. It's about the entire journey. For me, this challenge is about more than just the prizes. It's about pushing my limits and seeing how much muscle I can build in 100 days. So let's talk strategy, and I'll tell you about my plan. To build as much muscle as possible, I'm going to be going on a scientifically backed lean bulk. Luckily for me, Jeff posted a video about bulking a little over a month ago, so I'm going to go ahead and follow a lot of the rules that he did. So here's what I'm going to do. To maximize muscle gain and minimize fat gain, I'm going to be gaining a little over 1% of my body weight per month during this challenge. The goal is about 0.5 pound per week. And by the end, if I train super hard, hopefully half the weight that I gain is muscle and only half is fat. Right now, my maintenance calories is about 3,200. So I'm going to be operating in a surplus, aka eating more calories than my body burns. Without accounting for any changes in my caloric expenditure, I'm going to be eating about 3,450 calories every single day. And while this doesn't seem like a big caloric surplus, it's just enough calories to tell my body that it's okay to build muscle while keeping everything else in check. So let's go ahead and talk about the macro breakdown within those calories. I'm going to be eating about 160 grams of protein, which right now is about 1 gram per pound of body weight. I'll also be eating 114 grams of fats and 440 grams of carbs. As far as the actual foods go within my diet, I'm going to keep things pretty similar to how I operate on a cut. I'm just going to include more food than I would normally eat on the cut. So I'm going to keep things pretty clean, pretty healthy, and try and cook at home for the most part. Operating a calorie surplus can be dangerous sometimes, but I'm going to try and lean into it and just eat as much healthy and clean food as I can. Now that we have nutrition out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the training regimen. For the last few months, I've done an upper-lower split, and I absolutely love it. On one day, I train chest, back, and shoulders, and the other, I do legs, biceps, and triceps. Unfortunately, in October, I suffered a knee injury and haven't been able to train legs since then. But once it's back at 100%, I'm definitely going to keep operating in this upper-lower split. But as of right now, I'm doing a modified split. So I do chest and back on one day, and then biceps, triceps, and shoulders on another day. To make sure the training is as effective as possible, I'm going to be hitting at least 8 to 15 sets per muscle group per week. During these training sessions, I'm going to focus on progressive overload, including long length partials and myo reps. During my cut, I trained at least 4 days a week, but I didn't include any cardio, which is something that's going to change with this bulk. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I'm going to train cardio at least 3 times a week to make sure that I increase my cardiovascular health and endurance so that I can train even harder in the gym. As far as supplements go, not much is going to change. I'm still going to be taking 5 grams of creatine, using protein powder to hit my protein goals, and taking pre-workout before most training sessions. By the end of these 100 days, I want to see measurable gains, not just in weight, but in size and definition of my muscles. Currently, I'm 157.7 pounds, probably in the low teens of body fat, anywhere from 13 to 16%. If my strategy works through this 100-day challenge, I'll have gained a little over 7 pounds, with half of that being muscle. If you're curious about how this challenge is going, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to follow along in the journey, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.